or your vice president or your vice chancellor or your vice, anything vice, anything, you're a managing director. So leader, people, there are two kind of leaderships. One is situational, the other one is positional. So people follow you because you are in a position. Isn't it? Your influence is because City University. Your influence is because the position you're sitting on. No? So today's session was going to be about difference between, and your real influence starts when you're not on the chair. When you're walking in the morning, who follows you? If you're walking alone, you're not a leader. If people follow you, you're a leader. And why should people follow you? Session was about why should people follow us. There were a lot of exercises. You see those thermocol glasses I've kept? Those thermocol glasses. I'm carrying a lot of coins. 1 rupee coins here. This was an. Why should people follow you? There have been people for whom people were willing to die in the past. So basically, I was going to discuss in my session transition between impression and influence. Impression and influence are not same. They're different. So I don't want to bust the bubble of my session. I don't want to reveal all the content. I was going to do a lot of activities, which practically help you translate your impression into influence. There's a disconnect. So how to create and establish that connect session was about that. So we will be doing it more through experiential learning exercises. Thank you very much.
That would be content clustering as well.
Floating takes. When you're doing theater, you're in theater, right? Doing it when you're on screen, silver screen, you're shooting for a movie. There are plenty of retakes, cuts, editing. But your real skill is tested when you are doing theater, because there are no retakes, live audience, everything is live. If you make a mistake, people figure it out. So life is like that. Life is a final shot, then no retakes. If you drive down 100 kilometers wrong, you'll have to come back all the way. It's not like bang bang movie with Hrithik Roshan. If you punch somebody, the punch is gone wrong, you can retake it, rewind it, but life is like a final shot. If you're going 100 kilometers wrong, you'll have to come back. Your fuel is gone, time is gone, energy is gone. So let's do an activity, wind up till 11 o'clock. The session stands postponed. We'll do it whenever possible, God knows, So if you have a chance to relive your life from 2010 to 2020, what 3 things you would like to change about yourself? Think.
I would have amended my relationship with my mother. What exactly I would fix is that the area which I choose was not chosen by me.
What?
I'm in legal profession, but I wanted to be a fashion designer. So this was not by choice. This was a forced decision because my parents, they belong to legal fraternity. So they wanted me to be in this profession. So if this is the only thing which I would love to do.
Imposed choice, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something you're born
and
for.
then gradually I developed love for this profession and specifically for teaching. That's why I'm in research and teaching. But if I would have got a chance, I tried convincing them, then that's also a good profession, because back at that time, because the society, sort of society where they live was not fashion or interior designing was not.
It wasn't very much recognized,
yes,
right? It wasn't
yes.
recognized profession, right?
No, not recognized, because people are.
Wasn't very impressive, right?
Because they belong to bureaucrat class. So for them, telling people that my daughter is doing fashion designing was not something very
It's
good.
a blow to the reputation.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So that's the main thing which I would change.
You can still, just to interrupt you, you can still go ahead with fashion design.
Sir, I
this
did.
is what I was about to
Sir,
say.
I did. Sir, I did it. I used to do short courses. I did interior designing course, but I couldn't pursue it as my profession. So now I don't know. Now I have love for research, for law. I've gradually developed that.
You're very flexible. If you've been able to fall in love with law too,
Yeah.
there was no guarantee you did. You're lucky that you fell in love. Otherwise, people live in depression.
No.
Something they wanted to do, they couldn't do. They keep on thinking of that. And something they want to do, they're not doing it. They're doing something else. They're not finding pleasure in, and they're thinking of something they wanted to do. So they live in big disconnect. Very nice.
So now
Good, you're very lucky.
yeah,
Very lucky, right? Okay, you've been able to fill the vacuum with law.
yeah,
That those dreams still haunt you. You still got the hangover, right?
yeah,
Still got the hangover.
yeah.
You can't take it out of you.
No,
And third thing. Third thing.
that's it.
All right. Fine.
Rather, no one in my family wants that I should go in this profession because there is no law in our family. But I want to do it, so they allow me to do it. I married according to my choice. I have kid according to my choice. So there is nothing in my past which I want to go to fix it.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great. Rare people are like that who are leading a
Yeah.
guiltless life,
exactly.
who are leading a life they have no regrets for. But if you look at yourself, from the point of view of a perfectionist, there is
Yeah,
also
I'm
the-
not saying I'm perfectionist,
No,
but
no,
the
no,
things
no,
have been
I'm
done.
not saying that you
yeah.
are. I'm not saying that you are. But most of the people are not probably too satisfied with what they got in life.
Yeah.
So that's why
This is the thing.
I'm a perfectionist,
Yeah.
I work on my content, I work on my everything. So I kind of, I always look for an opportunity that how can I make it better? How can I
Exactly.
make it better? So is there anything else you would like to refine?
For IAS competitive exam, but due to forcefully by my family that not do master degree, that it will interrupt that training for the IAS. So it was my dream that whenever I see to IAS officer, it feel me that why I have not tried it, and maybe at
This is a very, very uncomfortable feeling. You should
Yeah.
have tried number of times. You became, or you not become something else. Because
Because when I started M.Pharm degree, then I was indulged in research, and but whenever I saw and whenever I heard that he's become IAS officer, it pinched me a lot. And
haunting of your desire and dream is absolutely intolerable. It's not easy to live with. Your dream, something you wanted to do, it keeps on haunting you. That feeling is very difficult to live with. Isn't
and
it?
second thing that I want that so much money that I got so that I can go for some charity, and means lot of money I should have that, so I will go for anything that I want to for the society, which I cannot do at this time.
So let's talk to the city group for that.
Oh yes.
And I said, no, I will go for teaching. I like teaching. No doubt I like teaching, but I think that he was right. If I would have been in industry, must be at very high position by now. It's 22 years almost. And if I just go back by 10 years back, I again think last year, say, I'm thinking, I should have started some business of my own. If I put in efforts 200 or 400% in my job, if I would have been in profession, I would have been in a much better state as of now. So
All right. Absolutely.
it's and like my children are grown up now.
Watch you back soon, sir. Watch you back soon, sir.
My children are grown up now. So I simply tell them, beta, I won't teach you too much for UG, PG and then PhD. No, nothing like that. Go for graduation and go for some competitive exam. Clear it and grab it. That's it.
Exactly, absolutely.
My experience says education may, no doubt, we are teaching. I am teaching. Myself is a doctorate. But then what we are getting? It's peanuts.
Absolutely.
It's peanuts. So family will not run on peanuts. We need money for that.
When you're sick down, you need surgery, you
You
need
need
medical
money,
attention.
yes.
You cannot tell them, you can't tell DMC, I can translate tons of
Yes.
respect to your account, please treat me.
Yes,
They want
yes.
hard cash. They don't want virtual money. You cannot translate hard cash, honor, respect, recognition, royalty of teaching.
No,
Satisfaction is good, but it doesn't feed your stomach. Right?
yes.
It doesn't put gas in your tank, right?
Yes.
Hard cash puts gas in your tank, so God.
I feel proud that whatever we are, we means me and my husband, we did it ourselves, right? But at the same time, we teach our kids that no, here you are wrong, here you are right. So I think I should have started my business 10 years back. Perhaps I would have been in a better position now.
Absolutely. It's not too late.
Sir.
It's not too late.
It's late. I'm in late 40s. So I think if I start now,
Colonel Sandals, right? You know Ray Kroc, you know about McDonald's. There's a movie on Netflix, watch Made in America. Grinding it out, you know.
now I'll.
Dick and Morris, there was a man named Ray Kroc, you know, he was a refrigerator mechanic. He bought the first franchise of McDonald's from Dick and Morris. Dick and Morris were amazing cooks. But they didn't have vision of leadership. मैं अपने मॉड्यूल दी गल्लां पे बोलेंगे ना. They didn't have leadership.
I can't take risk.
Your
at
desire,
this time.
your desire is weak.
No.
Your desire is weak. I tell you what. If I break my leg, where do I need to go first? If I'm bleeding, I need to go to hospital first. So when your desire is strong enough for something doesn't let you sleep. You no matter what you do, you manage for it. You sleep less, you eat less, you go right, you go left, you sleep upside down, you manage time and you pursue your dream. If your desire to do something is not that strong, you kind of don't come out of your comfort zone. What is the comfort zone? Comfort zone is not that you are in quilt with the legs stretched. Comfort zone, one routine you are sticking to, one income circle you're living on, that is comfort zone. Why would you take a chance? Why would you take a risk? You would take a risk if your desire is strong enough. If your desire is mad enough, it doesn't let you sleep, you will do it. Isn't it? When people fall in love with each other, I'm giving example of youth, right? Why do people do unreasonable things? Their emotional compulsion is so strong that they ignore the realities. Facts always count when your desire is weak. Facts count less when your desire is strong. Or something. I'm not saying that.
It's perfectly fine.
Not necessarily your desire has to be strong. You don't look like a smarter person having a strong desire or a weak desire. I'm not judging you on that. Yes.
Master's degree from maybe Delhi or Gurgaon. I think I ended up doing from a wrong place. But it was not a bad place. I do not regret it.
You want
It
from
was
better
just
place.
a change.
Better
Just a change I wanted. And the second one, it might sound funny, but I was not at all concerned about my skin. But I've seen people from past like 6 to 7 years, girls are so much worried about their skincare, and I am not into that. Which I feel is now very important. I must have actually done that. Skincare is actually superly important. I feel that.
Are you doing it? What are you doing for that?
For the girls, actually.
What are you doing for that?
Pharmacy
I am-
people to rope in.
I'm doing a lot of things.
We will associate with you.
Yeah.
You go
Lot
on.
of things
They
now.
Go for a
have got
project.
a number of compounds and
Launch.
molecules to be suggested
Yeah,
for your better skin
exactly.
care.
Yeah, I was not into that, sir. Actually, I was
No,
not into
that's-
that, but now I'm seeing the girls of my age. They are like changed. I'm not jealous. I'm not saying that. I just want कि मतलब everyone
Is it a paid
like,
job or a real improvement?
No, it's real improvement.
No paid
From
job, right?
Internal.
Because
one.
at certain times, I'm sorry to interrupt, at certain times paint jobs are similar to one proverb which says that appearances are deceptive.
Right, yes, certainly. But I
So when
want
you
to
pinch
do
it
it
out-
internally.
But you don't need to do that. You're looking perfectly beautiful. You don't care about your skin.
But still, people are actually shining.
Hmm.
I think that shining
They are putting egg yolk on their face. They are.
No, it's not the people actually. Seriously, maybe they do not have any kind of
Or aloe vera.
other things going on in their mind, maybe. But I must have done that.
Okay, Dr. Praveen.
Thanks for giving such opportunity. Basically, I was sports person from the childhood. Many times I got opportunity to represent my state, even up to this Santosh Trophy in football. I want to be a defense personnel from the beginning. That's my dream, that I want to be a defense personnel. But in the beginning, along with the joining a defense, I want to be at least a graduate. After graduate, I want to graduate. But after completing my graduation, I think some other professions are also there, those are waiting for me. I shifted myself to the teaching profession. I joined my BPed, MPed, then I got opportunity to get degree in PhD also. But still, that's my dream, that if possible, once again I want to join the defense service.
Wow.
Great, great.
I tried that my child should go towards that side, but they are not having such interest in their life. And I never try to force them to go to a particular field. Whatever field they have decided, they are in their own field. And they are doing good. So I am happy that I have not forced them to go to the particular direction where I want to give them. That's it. That's it.
There is a term called ikigai.
Yeah.
Ikigai. You know about Japanese term,
Yeah, it's Japanese.
right? Yeah. Can you elaborate ikigai? Bit? No, I'm not asking you. See, ikigai is something you love. That you want to do it. Make sure it should be the need of the world. And if it is the need of the world, it is creating work for you. There are several circles interrelated of ikigai. You know, I'll cover ikigai whenever possible next time. You know. Yes, Saurabh sir.
So my objectives of life are going with whatever the pathway the God is showing me. That is very fine, first of all. Now my conflict is in fundamentals. Like some of my cousins are working from US and all, so they are very decisive from their childhood, like when they are around 12 to 14 years of age. They are very decisive. They have their own choices that they can do this, they can do this, they can do this. And they are very fine. But in our country, it is an Indian fundamental problem that it is serendipity. Like we are going with the time, like, okay, this come. We have to move forward. We cannot stop.
Serendipity is a
Accident.
fluke.
Yeah.
Serendipity is not surrendering to time. Serendipity is you get something suddenly a fortune.
So
That is serendipity.
That is in India.
Serendipity is getting a big fortune.
Yeah, in India we are getting with that. Most of the Indians, we are going with that. We have a family to look after before we
We
have
surrender
parents.
to life like a dead fish.
Yeah.
We surrender to life like a dead
Yeah,
fish
exactly.
floating in the water with its own water
Exactly.
flow.
The
It's
select-
not going against the stream.
Because when a candidate is around 25 years above age, so you cannot select, you cannot go back.
What
And
you
now
want
also
to
you cannot
correct?
go back.
What you want to correct?
Uh,
That's fine. That's a generalized point of view. How
the
Indians
correction,
are. how
I
society
think
is.
whatever the God has shown me path, it is right path, but I do not want to correct anything, but just I want to be best where I am right now.
Okay. That could be a viewpoint as well. Nitin sir.
Should I?
Yes sir. Why not sir? Please sir. You're required to.
There's a huge list, though putting up 25 years of experience in teaching and in industry and all that. In the last 10 years, I've got through a lot of turmoil, a lot of changes, either in profile or in terms of job requirements or in terms of meeting the demands and challenges and on and on and on. Now, one thing that disturbs me from a governance point of view. Governance is, I'm not talking about in terms of the entire governance of the nation, but when it comes to me as an individual, I feel a bit intolerable to a certain extent, to certain laws and rules and regulations that are prevailing in our society. So I wish I should be a part of it and change it.
What can you change about your life if you go back? Is there anything you think you should have done better 10 years back?
I think wherever I have gone, wherever I worked, I did my best. Now that is not self-exaggeration or boasting or something, but wherever I am, I put my 100%. Yes, leaving certain things to fate, and then you do not have any control over fate. And I leave it to fate. I put in my best efforts. I do it with sincerity. I do it with dedication. I do it with determination and following discipline. These are the three pillars of my life. I believe in D3: discipline, determination, and dedication.
Beautiful, very impressive. Very impressive. One shouldn't live in regret, but one should always analyze, learn from his own mistakes. If I talk about what three things I should have done, I should have authored books by now. The modules I'm covering in this university were made back in 2012. I've got 50 to 100 training modules to be touched upon pending in the trust. I need to crush them up, rinse them, blow dust away and do training. I should be in industry, I'm in education. You know, I have not trained people about interview skills, body language, I've been training kids. I have done so much of reading. There is a library at my home of 1,000 books, and I've read most of them and made modules out of all the books. You know. Relationship and ego management, tons of modules. You know. So I am complacent in lifting weights, pushing weights into fitness. Self-obsession has kept me small. If I take my eyes off my physique and my fitness and focus on the right areas of my strength, my influence can leverage manifold. That's what I feel. Lifting weights has given nothing. Yeah, so we were discussing that the time is up, you can leave. We will be discussing in leadership training, laws of leadership, how to be personally more the person of influence, how to be more influencing person. Nothing, it's not about university, it's not about your title, it's not about your department. I'll be touching upon 8 essential laws of leadership based on exercises on emotional intelligence. You know, thermocol cups, coins, decision-making exercise. Part 1 will be introduction of laws of leadership. Part 2 is going to be nut bolts. What are the things because of which you lose influence? There were a lot of people become successful, they lose their leadership. What they ignore, where they go wrong, why they were influencing, but they lost their influence. You know, law of vision, law of decision making, because leader has so many lives in his hands. If he makes one wrong decision, everything goes down the drain. So, एक छोटी छाती दिखाने training दी मैं एक cover करना चाहिए next time. There was a leader named Jim Jones, spiritual leader in America. He convinced 900 people to commit suicide. You can Google about Jim Jones, he was a spiritual leader. He had a dream that if I convince 900 people to drink poison with me, all of them will get heaven. And in American history, 900 people drank poison all together and they died. Have you heard of Pablo Escobar?
Yeah.
He too was a leader. Laden was a leader. So we'll be discussing the aspects of leadership. Not through I'll be preaching you, I'll be telling you, मैं आपको leadership के बारे में बताऊंगा, leadership ऐसी होती है. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to trigger you, get into it, stimulate you tonight. So this all, thanks for coming, those who have come. We'll be catching up, God knows whenever.
It was a pretty good session. Thank you so much for throwing light on few aspects of leadership. It would be taken positively by all of us, and we would be waiting for the experiential learning to happen as soon as possible.
मैं ट्रैफिक पुलिस दे वो ही रेंज की तुझे केड़े हुंदे हो लगे नहीं हुंदे वो लाल लाल जे
VLC
VLC
media
player
player.
हुंदे आ
VLC media player. I term it as VLC
ਦੇ
media player.
ਵਿੱਚ ਬਲੂਨਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ਸ ਕਰਨੇ ਸੀਗਾ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਬ੍ਰੇਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦੀਆਂ
It would be fun.
ਫਨ ਐਂਡ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਬੇਸਡ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਸੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਇਹਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸਰ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਗੇਮ ਖੜਾ ਕੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਗੇਮ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਬੇਸਡ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰਲ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਹਰ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ
Do it next time.
Thanks for coming.